Hello and welcome to Mellow Cares Richards Bay, brought to you by MellowMed Private Hospitals. Here we don't just say it, we apply our passions and knowledge for the benefit of all. Each installment is packed with valuable insight from our resident specialists, which you can use to take charge of your health and that of your loved ones. So sit back and see for yourself exactly how MellowMed Hospital cares.
Hello, my name is Dr. Seake. I'm a pediatrician, subspecialist neonatologist. A girl was born in Soweto, born and bred there, studied that side. And then I got an opportunity in 2021 to come and serve people of Zululand. My passion is babies and healthy babies. So the reason why I became a doctor is that I've always had this passion to help people out, I'm lending a helping hand to the people who are not able to help themselves. So that's how I became a doctor. While I was still in training, then I realized that the most vulnerable people are the children who do not have a voice. For me, becoming a pediatrician was to help them when they're sick, but also to become their advocate when they don't have a voice to talk for themselves. So that's the reason why I became a pediatrician. And then I decided to become a neonatologist, and I realized that within the population of the children, there's this even more vulnerable population, which are the neonates, right? So neonate is any baby who's born. It's a newborn baby basically, but we categorize the neonate as anybody who is less than 30 days of life. That will be a neonate. So within the pediatric group itself, I realized that these small babies, these newborn babies, actually need much more care and love. So then I became a neonatologist. But the reason also for being a neonatologist is not just taking care of a newborn baby, it's also taking care of a pregnant lady. So the journey starts even before the pregnancy itself. If you have an opportunity to encounter a couple who's trying to become pregnant, so you start the journey there. And while they're pregnant, if there's any issues with the mother and the baby as well, you can start then to take care of those issues until the baby is actually delivered. So the journey starts way before the baby is delivered. And then you can be able to take care of the child from the time they were born up to the age of 13 years, and therefore it includes the whole discipline of neonatology when they're newborn and up to the age of 13 years when they're at least adolescents and teenagers. And then we can hand over them to the physicians then. So a neonatologist has to become a doctor first. So you go through your training as a doctor, which is 6 years or 7 years for some universities. And then you go back to school and then you specialize. You need to become a pediatrician first before you can become a neonatologist. Neonatologist basically says you look after newborn babies. A newborn baby who is sick, they call it a neonate. So a neonate is any baby who is less than 30 days old. So a neonatologist will be a specialist who has the skills to be able to look after whether a sick or a well newborn baby. That's what the neonatologists do. So a premature birth or premature delivery is any delivery or any baby who was born before 37 weeks of pregnancy has been completed. And within that framework, you can then subcategorize prematurity into 3 categories. So there's what we call extreme prematurity, is any baby who was born before 28 weeks of pregnancy was completed. The second category would be your moderate prematurity, is any baby born after 28 weeks but before 32 weeks of pregnancy have been completed. And then the next category would be any baby who was born after 32 weeks but before 37 weeks has been completed. That is how you would categorize a premature baby. To prevent prematurity, it's also a bit difficult to say for sure. One of the other causes that I forgot to mention is that stress. So we live in a very stressful environment. We've just come out of the COVID pandemic. So during the COVID pandemic, I think a whole lot more premature babies were delivered. And only this is because of the increased stress levels that the pregnant mothers were under. So everybody was so scared during the pandemic, so nobody knew who was going to survive and who was not going to survive. So pregnancy on its own and the stress that these pregnant mothers had. So it had led to an increase in delivering of premature babies. Some conditions that are there from the maternal side or from the mother's side that are there before pregnancy, like your hypertension, your diabetes, if a mother is able to control those medical conditions and optimize their physical body, it may lead to decreasing the chances of prematurity. But there isn't anything that I can say for sure you can do to prevent prematurity. And globally, the trend of premature delivery has been going up. So remember I said that prematurity is not a normal state of being. So even the immune system is also not as mature as the immune system of a full-term baby or a baby who was born at 9 months of a pregnancy. So they do have sort of a decreased level of what do we call it? The immune system may be affected, but with time, as they grow and every other system in the body grows, so is their immune system. At some point, they will become at the state where their immune system and every other body every other system in the body will be at par. So in the beginning phases of life, the first year of life, they may have problems with their immune system, but after that they should be able to grow as normal babies. So, like I have alluded before, I don't think any couple or any family would want to have a premature baby. So support system usually starts from the community. In African culture or in my culture, I would say that they say it takes a community to raise a baby. So it starts from there. Do you have a pastor? Do you have a church group member who can help you? Your mother-in-law, your sister-in-law, they come in. The husbands also needs to come in. Siblings also needs to come in. The doctors also come in. But there's also, I find that there's a whole lot of psychological issues that may come in. There's the issues of feeling guilty from the mother or guilt from the parents themselves. So psychological support can also come in the form of a professional psychologist or your social workers. Friends and family, if they can also help out, it will also be important. Whatever religious entity or spiritual entity the family believes in, that also needs to come in. So it becomes a holistic thing. It's not just being in a medical or in a medical facility. They call it a biopsychosocial model. You don't just look at the patient only. There's also the social aspect of it and the psychological aspect that needs to be attended to.
Thank you for joining us on this installment of Mellow Cares Richards Bay. For more information, visit mellowmed.co.za or call 035 791 5300. For Mellowmed Private Hospitals, I am Swanilo Goodman. Till next time.